Hey, one more video here, and then I'm gonna sign off for tonight. This stuff's getting addicting. So anyhow, this hip resurfacing, awesome, awesome stuff. And I think it's like people that are plant strong versus people that are meat eaters. If the public doesn't like something, they shun it away. So like when you're plant strong, people are like, oh, you don't get enough protein. But in reality, there's more protein in broccoli than there is in meat per pound, per ounce. So same thing with this hip resurfacing. Everyone has bought into this total hip replacement is the only way to repair your hip. But the reality is this is hip resurfacing seems to actually have a better prognosis than total hip replacement. And the doctors that put this information in the well-known journals are just shunned away. So instead of getting all this criticism, they're publishing their stuff in journals that are not like first rate. It's a shame. Society, the way that they market devices, might not be the best for the patient. And the surgery is a little bit more complicated. Anyway, Dr. Gross has done a great job of like keeping track of all his data and publishing research. Um, he's done this about 16 years, and he's gone through different devices, and he's kind of finally got to this one that's no cement, and it's about a 98% success rate. And he has a study, which I'll show you here, that he gives all his patients, and failures in 1 to 9 year follow-up. So he has about 29 patients out of 3,500 that have had failures requiring revisions of surgeries. And the biggest one is this femoral neck fracture or apoptosis ingrowth. And what they've done to eliminate this is they have this new medication that they're giving their patients for 6 months that reduces this to zero. So right now, in the first 9 years, it's about 0.8% of patients that fail to that. Other complications that haven't caused reopening vary from fractures, which is the same as above, and it's about 0.5% of their patients, from frostbite. But the one interesting thing is that Dr. Gross has had to have 0 revisions due to infection. 0%. That's amazing. Then they go on to other complications, which there's probably about 2% that have other complications. And it could vary from, well, 0 on death, but it could vary from embolic or stroke, urinary tract infection, deep vein thrombosis, fracture, pulmonary, nervous stretch foot injury, and abertor compound shift 22. So there's about 2% of the patients that have that. And then out of the 4,600 cases, it has a survival ratio of 98.6% in the period of 10 years. And in women, it's a little bit lower. These are people that are under 50. So there's just a lot of data out there that's not published. And when you go to a doctor, it's like the most important thing is to go to one that does this a lot and that has a great success rate, and make sure you have a doctor that's going to give you published results. And Dr. Gross does that. So that's what I have to say, and hopefully this is helpful in you choosing which doctor is good for you. And of course, that's a personal choice. You have to feel comfortable with the doctor you're going to use. I'll keep you posted on my surgery.